Hey, welcome to the Danger Zone. It's Ashley. Everything in this video can be found on a public domain, and the full disclaimer is down below. I wish you lots of love and many blessings your way.
Thanks, Ellen. Hi, Sam. Hi, Ellen. Very nice to see you guys.
Lovely to see you. Prince Harry, how has your year been?
It's been a universally tough year for everybody. You know, someone said to you right at the beginning of the pandemic, it's almost as though Mother Nature has sent us to our rooms for bad behavior, to really take a moment and think about what we've done. It certainly reminded me, as it has probably reminded all of us, how interconnected we all are. Not just as people, but through nature. We take so much from her, but we rarely give anything back.
Prince Harry, you're well known for your passion about nature, and you even call her she. It's a very, very personal thing to you. Did you have an epiphany one day? Did you have an experience one day that made you want to be so close to nature, or have you actually always been that way?
I think I've always been that way. You know, being in nature is the most healing part of life. And I truly believe that that's one reason why it's there. But the moment you become a father, everything really does change, because then you start to realize, well, what is the point in bringing a new person into this world when they get to your age and it's on fire? You know, we can't steal their future. We really can't. That's not the role. That's not the job we're here for. But I've always believed that hopefully we can leave the world in a better place than when we found it. So I think we really need to take a moment and think, well, how do we get what we need and have our desire fulfilled without taking from, you know, our children and generations to come?
I think that's the pivotal question. I think our entire community would like to know from you, what could you do, could we do to really move the needle and to do it in time to avert the worst?
Well, for me, it's about putting the do's behind the says. And that is something which Water Bear is going to be doing.
Let me ask you something. He said the pandemic is the result of us mistreating the globe. How in the world? What is he talking about? Anyway, Harry just told everybody he wanted more action and less talk. And I totally agree with what he's saying. More action, less talking. Let's talk about it real fast. On TerraPass.com, there is a carbon footprint calculator. The average size house in Montecito that's not in the celebrity gated communities, your everyday blue-collar workers, that house size is 1,500 square feet. And on average, they use $532 a month in utilities. That's water and electricity. Yearly, they use 22,031 pounds of CO2. Their carbon footprint equals 256 trees per 1,500 square foot house. Harry and Meghan, for their 18,000 square foot house, spend around $6,400 in water and electricity every single month, releasing 426,329 pounds of CO2 into the atmosphere every single year, or burning up 5,065 trees. We know they're all about a private jet. There's no commercial, there's no first class, there's no even higher than first class. It's all about a private jet for them. Now, a one-way, just one-way flight from London to Vancouver Island throws 1,100 pounds of CO2 into the atmosphere. That's equal to 13 trees. They're burning 13 trees up every time they take a trip one way. Private jet. You and I both know we can't even keep up with how many private jet flights they've taken since being together. It's impossible for them to be driven around in the top of the line SUV. For a solid year, they're throwing up nearly 8,100 pounds of CO2 into the atmosphere. That's over 107 trees they're burning through every year they're being chauffeured around. In the United States, the average American household uses 63,934 pounds of CO2. That's what we put into the atmosphere. That includes our car. Harry and Meghan's use is 435,528 pounds of CO2 they're releasing into our atmosphere. This is not including their private jet flights. Their carbon footprint for 1 year is the equivalent to taking every tree in North and South Carolina and burning them down twice. He also said we needed to start looking at ourselves as raindrops quenching the planet's thirst. That came straight from a book by a lady by the last name of Shepherd. Last year, out of all the rules, they did some sort of a measurement, and do you realize that Meghan and Harry have the biggest carbon footprint out of every single royal? Harry's always been a high-strung punk. He's always been disrespectful to his polo ponies. He's always been abusive to animals. He loves to hunt and kill. He loves to torment the planet that we live on. Maybe the pandemic is the result of him mistreating the planet, but not me. I see straight through what they're doing with this water bear network anyway. It was a chance for him to plug Travelist, and it's a back burner. And narcissistic people love to have back burners. If you didn't know this, Water Bear Network is actually the rival to Netflix. Keep in mind, the rumor is they're asking for another 12-month extension. The moment it came out that they would in fact lose their titles, they got scared. And the royal family have begged them, get rid of Netflix's deal because it really paints us in a bad light with the Crown series. They're not willing to give up their $100 million Netflix contract, no matter what. And I believe in my heart of hearts that that's where Water Bear Network comes into play. Just in case Netflix falls through in the end, they have Water Bear Network to pick them up. You see what I'm saying? They wouldn't even turn it down for this movie Cuties. You think I would put my name on anything affiliated with this movie? This Cuties movie is so nasty. I tried my best to watch it. I wanted to watch it. I wanted to be able to report on it and give an accurate report. I made it 37 minutes in. I'm not a prude. I'm 45 years old. I've had quite a wild past. But this right here was every bit of illegal. I'm telling you, illegal what these kids do and what Netflix promotes. It's illegal. If you've ever seen the WAP video, those kids do the exact same moves. It's so vile, it made me so sick. 37 minutes in and I was done. If Cuties wasn't bad enough for them to take their name off of this $100 million Netflix deal, then the Crown series and how it portrays the royal family is certainly not going to be enough for them to pass up $100 million. However, in the event this is, hey, you're going to either do this or we're going to take your titles. You see what I'm saying? When push comes to shove, are they going to walk away from Netflix if they get another 12-month extension? Who knows? In the event this happens, that's where Water Bear Network comes in. It's going to be their backup burner, plan B. So at the end of the day, they're not worried about saving the planet. It's all about saving themselves. I hope you guys are having a great day today. I'll see you soon and we'll talk fast. Please stay safe and be blessed.